Hey, what's up, guys? This is Seth Kniep'n It Real. It is a sick feeling to get audited.
IRS. Am I getting audited? Oh, no. I don't have the records I need.
It's a sick feeling to get audited when you don't have good records. Goodbye to time and hello to sleepless nights and unending stress. The solution? Excellent bookkeeping and accounting. You don't want to be that guy. But do you know what's even worse?
I sold 200 units. Nice. And I profited $12? What?
What a waste. You would be shocked if you realized how many businesses spend thousands of hours and millions of dollars building a product, and then 3 years later, they have not made a single dime. We saved millions, not thousands, millions of dollars in the last 12 months because we know our numbers. And we know our numbers because we do our accounting and our bookkeeping correctly. Reinvesting, leveraging all of our business expenses, taking advantage of a ton of legal incentives for lowering our tax liability. And I have good news. Bookkeeping and accounting does not have to be one big time suck. And today, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do this. Let me just say for clarity, I am not a licensed accountant, a CPA or CP anything. So this is not legal advice, but it is real life advice from someone who's been doing this for years. Oh, and by the way, I have a bonus at the end of this video. Stay to the end. I have a special bonus that we do not normally share with the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, today, Seth Kniep'n It Real is going to give you 3 steps to taking ownership for your finances as an Amazon seller. Now, it really is more simple than most people are led to believe. There are 3 things you're gonna do. You're gonna know the money that's going out, you're gonna know the money that's coming in, and you're gonna keep really good records. That's it. I'm gonna show you how to do that in 3 steps. Now, there are 2 kinds of business expenses. One is called COGS, and the other is called operating expenses. COGS stands for cost of goods sold. What it means is when you spend any money that is directly related to producing the product so that you can sell it. For example, when you have your products that you sell on Amazon manufactured, that's COGS. When you pay for shipping to get those products from the manufacturer to Amazon's fulfillment center, that's COGS. Anything related to that. When you have your pictures taken for the product itself, that's COGS. Because it's all related to building the product so that you can sell it. Cost of goods sold, the cost you spent so that you could sell the goods. And the goods is whatever you're selling on Amazon. Now, operating expenses are very different. It's the expenses you make to operate your business. For example, I'm sure you have internet. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be able to watch this video right now. You need good internet. Why? To research products, to log into your Seller Central account, to run your PPC campaigns, to optimize your listings, to talk to suppliers, to communicate with them. All of those are related to running your business. Therefore, if you're using your business internet for business reasons, then it is a business expense, and that is good for your business. So that will be an operating expense. Another example would be all your Amazon fees. Those are operating expenses. A lot of people mistakenly believe those are COGS. They're not, because those fees are the cost of running your business. For example, every time you sell a product in Amazon, they get typically 15% of the sale, which is called the referral fee. Well, that's an operating expense, and it's an expense that you made so that your business will operate. I'm gonna show you something very helpful. We built this for you. Check this out. We call this the Simple Monthly Income Tracker. What you want to do is each month after the end of the previous month, you want to record all of your expenses. Make sure they're all written down. You need to know the money going out. Now, notice here we've broken them into two categories. You have COGS, also known as cost of goods sold, and you have operating expenses, Amazon fees, and other expenses to run your business. Now, here you have two examples. This payment to Hubei Jianggu Cosmetics Company Limited is the cost of products to sell on Amazon. And notice the four categories I have. I have the date, I have the vendor, that's who we're paying the money to. I have the purpose, why did we spend this money? And then I have the amount, the total that we spent. So on January 23, we are sending money to Hubei Jianggu Cosmetics Company Limited for products we're gonna sell on Amazon, and it costs us a total of $3,300. We also have product inserts on January the 24th. These go into the package so that when the customer opens it, their mind is blown because we're improving their experience. We're adding something of value to them and giving them incentive to go to a landing page where we can collect their name and their email. The purpose, follow-up inserts for customers. This cost me $114. So my total COGS is $3,414. I know this for the month of January. Notice at the bottom it says January expenses. That's a tab. Those are my COGS for January. Now also notice we have operating expenses. On January the 1st, here we have FBA Mastery Training. So this particular person invested in Just One Dime's training because we train people how to build a business on Amazon that's profitable. We actually go very deep on accounting as well to help our members do it well. And notice the purpose is to educate myself in building an Amazon business, $4,800. Notice the internet, researching products, that's the purpose, $45. So my total operating expenses is $4,845. Right here in one simple sheet, I have all my expenses recorded for 1 month. It's as simple as that. Let me give you a few more examples of business expenses that are really important to understand so that you lower your tax liability. Any payments you send to your supplier for products, any payments you send to Facebook for Facebook ads, any payments you send to contractors for designing your logo or doing the graphic design for your retail packaging, your monthly Amazon professional seller account fee, the payment of a portion even of your rent or owned living space because you're using that for your business, office supplies, payments to coaching companies like Just One Dime who train and mentor you so that you can build a successful business. Travel costs if that trip is business related. Now, a lot of people are gonna say, well, Seth, I get that part's easy. But do you know what the part is that really has me scratching my head? How do I know my expenses on Amazon? Because there's so many different kinds of fees and it is mind melting. I understand your pain. I'm going to ease it right now. Go to your Seller Central account and follow along. From within Seller Central, you're gonna go to Reports and then Payments. From Payments, you're gonna click on Date Range Reports and you're gonna click on Generate Report. From here, you're gonna select Summary and then you're gonna select the month for which you want to generate a report. And in this example, we could do one for May 2021. Now, for simplicity, I already generated the report because it takes sometimes up to a few minutes for it to show up. It'll have a little refresh button. You hit the button until finally it shows up. So let's just go to one I generated for you. So I'm gonna go to a year of reports. I'm gonna hit download on this Amazon store and check this out. Right here, if you look on the upper right area, it says expenses. Now move to the right and it says negative $197,907.56. This total in dark bold letters is the total for all of your Amazon fees for that period. Everything under expenses, all of these, that is the addition of all of that. So if you want to know, hey, what were my expenses for the month of May or the month of April or August or December? This is how you find your Amazon fee expenses. It includes the referral fee, the FBA fulfillment fee, the PPC fee, all the fees right there in one spot. So instead of sweating over, oh no, what are all the expenses that I sent to Amazon? You have them right here in one place. And here's the cool part. You come over here to your simple monthly income tracker. You come over here to operating expenses and you could say, okay, for let's just say 1/15/2022, Amazon fees / expenses. Selling on Amazon is the purpose. And over here, I simply type in, let's just say for simplicity, it was $100, boom, and there it is. And so now you can see we have a total of $4,890 operating expenses for the month of January. told you you need to track your expenses. That's money going out. Well, you also need to track your income. That's money coming in. Well, how do I know what that is? The same Amazon payment report, except this time we're looking at a different category, income. Let's look at it together. So back to my screen here, under income, you see on this store we did $432,427.24. That is what is called net sales revenue. Gross sales revenue would be total sales. Net sales revenue is total sales minus customer reimbursements. So if you really want to know the money that you are generating, the money that's coming in, the total, that's it right there. And I can again go back to my simple monthly tracker. I can go over here to January income and I can type in, okay, income, net sales revenue, boom. Operating expenses, all my Amazon fees and other expenses, all my COGS, and now I have my net income, which is $152,871.30. Let me show you one more time. I'm gonna go back. It's in the upper left corner. It says income. This is the money that came in minus customer reimbursements. Now, if you want to know your net income, not your net revenue, but your net profit, like exactly what did I make, that's why you have this simple form, because you already dropped in your Amazon expenses and your operating expenses. You already dropped in your COGS. You already dropped in your net revenue. So when you add all these up, you end up with $150,000. That means I owe tax on $150,000 unless between now and the end of the year, I decide to take $50,000 of that, for example, reinvest that into a new product. Now I only owe tax on $100,000 and I'll make more the next year because I reinvested my money. See, I would not have just had the knowledge to tell you that had I not been tracking my outcome, my expenses, my income, what's coming in, so I can know what is my actual net profit and then make a strategical decision based on that. I'm gonna give you something for free. Go to JOD.com/calculator. I included it below. If you look below, JOD stands for just one dime, .com/calculator. It is free. It's a very cool tool that will allow you to calculate profits like that on Amazon, on eBay. Check it out. Now, before I give you the third point, I have one question for you. Is this content helpful? If it is, I'm gonna ask you to do me two favors, and guess how long it'll take you? 2 seconds. You ready for this? Thumbs up this video if you like it. Subscribe so that every time we come out with a new one, you will be notified. Keep records of everything. So we talked about recording money that goes out, money that comes in. Well, you need records of it. There's an old wise saying by some ancient person a long time ago. And the person said, if you didn't record it, it never happened. You must record it. If you get audited by the IRS, if you didn't write it down, it didn't happen. No, but I promise, I crossed my heart, I swear on the Bible. Doesn't matter. You have to write it down. You need proof. Receipts of every business expense. Records of every income statement. All the money going out, all the money coming in, record it. Now, here's the good side. You don't have to submit all your receipts to your accountant, only if you get audited. But this is important. Keep good records. It is not as hard as you think. This is one of those things that you either do yourself, which I did for the first few years, then eventually you hire someone to do it for you. It just takes a few minutes a day. It really is simple. The key is you gotta be consistent. One of my two favorite tools for this are Google Drive and Dropbox. Google Drive and Dropbox are two ways where you can record these receipts and your expenses and your income digitally in the cloud. So instead of having a file cabinet and stuffing it in there and keeping that for 5 to 7 years, which is crazy, why not just put it into a Google Drive? It's perfectly secure and just organize it. In fact, when you get receipts, if they're physical receipts, you can use an app like Cam Scanner or Adobe Scan. All it does is you take a picture of it, it scans it at a scan quality, puts it immediately onto your phone, then you can upload it from there into Google Drive or Dropbox. Now, I use a very organized naming system and I encourage you to do the same. You don't want to just put all your receipts into one big fat folder and someday the IRS shows up and said, all right, let me see. And you're like, here you go. I promise they're not going to like you at all. You want them to like you. Do not make their life miserable. Can you imagine them talking to their coworkers? They just gave me this huge folder of thousands of receipts and I'm supposed to dig through them? Don't do that. Make your life simpler and theirs in case you do encounter them. And by the way, guys, you're not just keeping these receipts for the IRS. You're doing it for your own mental sanity. if you are organized, your life will be so much more stress-free. You will enjoy your time better. You will sleep better. You'll actually be able to focus on your spouse when you're having dinner. Your mind's not like, what did I do with that expense? You don't want to be in that place. So the way I do it is in Google Drive, we have folders. And each time we upload a receipt, there are 3 things we put on the name of the file of the receipt. So if it's like a JPEG image, it will have the date, for example, 1/18/21. The vendor, for example, Office Depot. And the amount, for example, $15.89. That's literally on the name of the file. And then it goes into a folder. Like we have folders for COGS, folders for utilities like paying for electricity for an office that is a business expense, folders for legal and professional services, such as the fee that you pay for a lawyer or your CPA. In other words, each of these folders is organized with a name, and when the receipts go in the folder, they have a name. So literally at the click of a mouse or the click of a trackpad, you can just look at it and see, oh, I remember that one. Oh, that's a good, oh, yep, I remember this one. It's super organized. You don't have to go open it up and look down and dig into it. It's very simple. Now, there's something you need to know if you are living in the US or you're a United States citizen. Before January 31st, every year, you are going to receive what is called a 1099-K, assuming you made at least $600 in revenue. Now, before President Biden, the minimum was $20,000. But now, if you make $600 in revenue, you'll receive what is called a 1099-K. Remember back when you opened your Amazon store and they gave you this form called a W-9? And you're like, what is this? And you filled it out and they asked either for your EIN number or your social security number, either your name or the name of your business. Well, that form was to give Amazon the data they needed so that when they give you a 1099, it is accurate. They send a copy of that 1099-K to the IRS and a copy to you. The 1099-K reports your total revenue for the previous year, and Amazon has to send it to you before January 31st of the following year. Now, something you need to know. Even though you might think, wow, Seth, the 1099-K, that already tells me what my gross sales are, so why should I worry about your simple monthly income tracker? I'll tell you why. Because you need to know the difference between what was revenue and what was profit. You do not want to be paying taxes on revenue. Not only is that unfair to you and giving way more to Uncle Sam than you ever should owe, but it's stupid because you will end up with less money. Take the time to know your numbers. Now, something a lot of people don't know about the 1099-K, in fact, let me show you this. Look at the bottom right. See where it says tax right here? Some people look at that. Is that income tax? No. That's sales tax. Amazon, why didn't you call it sales tax? I don't know. But look at this. It says $17,573.72. So, Seth, you're saying I had to pay that much? No. But it's on here. It says a debit. The money came out of my account. Look again, people. It's a debit and a credit. This is how accounting works, and I love this stuff, and I know I'm a nerd, but bear with me. If you have $17,000 as a debit and $17,000 as a credit, that means money went out, money came in, and nothing changed. Well, then why record it here? Because they have to legally. Amazon is taking that sales tax that your customer paid at the time of sale, like the additional they pay, it goes into your account as a credit, and when the time comes, Amazon remits it. It's a fancy word for pay. I don't know why they'll just say pay. They remit it to the state to which your tax is owed, depending on whether or not you have Nexus. By the way, if you're wondering about sales tax, go here. Watch this video. Enjoy the video. It's a cool video. I hope you like that video. Amazon takes care of this. They move the money. So you don't pay for sales tax. Your customer does. But your 1099-K will record the sales tax as if it was revenue, as if it was income. Which means if you didn't do your accounting correctly, the IRS is going to think you owe tax on the sales tax because you didn't tell them that that was sales tax. The solution? Outstanding bookkeeping and accounting. I promised you a bonus. Here it is. A lot of people view bookkeeping and accounting as passive. Like, I just need to make sure I got all the boxes checked, all the spreadsheets filled out, and all my records good and clean, so I'm squeaky free and good to go. That's a horrible way of looking at it. That is 100% defense. Guys, what about offense? You want to make money? Do you know the original purpose of accounting, which comes from a Latin word, was for offense, not defense. It was not used to protect the business only. It was primarily used to grow the business. So yes, as I have emphasized very much in this training, you do need to do good accounting and bookkeeping to protect your business. But you also need to do it to grow your business. In fact, here's an easy way to look at it. Bookkeeping is recording and categorizing all financial transactions. Accounting is leveraging your financial transaction knowledge to pay taxes, invest in high return products, keep your cash flow positive, and grow your business. All CPAs, which stands for Certified Public Accountant, are accountants. But not all accountants are CPAs. So a CPA is an accountant who has completed a minimum number of college credits required by their state of residency and passed the Uniform Certified Public Accountant examination. I don't know why I just told you that. Maybe it's because of the nerdiness coming out, but I thought you wanted to know. Remember this, bookkeeping is keeping records. Accounting is taking those records and being strategic about it, and typically includes doing taxes. Oh, that's right, I know, Seth. I do taxes, so I know what I owe the government. Guys, that's less than half of it. You also do taxes. You get a good accountant to do your taxes so they can help you strategize your wealth. Man, if I could go back in 2014, back in 2013, when I just first started doubling my dime and someone could have taught me this stuff, I guarantee you I would be 3 times wealthier today because of all the money I didn't think about wisely in the early days. You see, Dave Ramsey taught me how to play defense, how to get rid of debt. Thank you, Dave Ramsey. You have my respect. I even put half your quote on my wall. I would have put the full quote, but there wasn't enough room, I promise. But Robert Kiyosaki taught me how to be proactive and aggressive and take calculated risk to grow my wealth, to not just play defense, but to play offense. And that's why I'm proud to say that Will Wright and Manahan are absolutely incredible. They are the same team that does Robert Kiyosaki's taxes. They are our financial advisors. And therefore, what I'm teaching you is something I've been doing for years and years. I'm not a CPA, but I want you to have actionable knowledge so you can apply this right now, today. Do not be intimidated by numbers. But Seth, I'm not a math person like you are. I'm not a weird nerd who loves to sit there and have these mathematical calculations while he's eating an ice cream cone. That's fine. You don't need to be that kind of person. All you need to do is know the money going out, know the money coming in, and record it. One question before I go. Are you a weird nerd like me who loves accounting, or do you dread it?